We're live.
There's your YouTube there. Make the chat a bit bigger.
I will make me chat bigger. How do I make it bigger?
Just like that, yep. We live.
Hello!
Start recording as well.
Yeah,
Yep, you're recording and streaming.
yes, recording and streaming.
Nice.
Nice. We did it!
We did it.
It took how long?
An hour and a half.
Oh, what a shit show that was. Alright guys, welcome to the first episode of the Shit Show Paranormal Podcast.
Where anything goes.
Just a bit of banter, a few drinks. We're going to call a couple of subscribers up who shared some stories. And yeah, if you've got any stories of your own you wish to share in the chat with the paranormal, please, post them up.
We'll send, if you want our email, let us know. We'll send email to you as well.
Yeah.
Email address. And you can send us stories, whatnot. All the fun parts.
Well, it's a lovely Saturday night, so time to crack a few cold ones.
It is.
And get into it. For those who don't know, I'm Greg.
I'm Kyle.
And basically, we started this channel as a bit of a hobby thing to start with, but figured we'd like to see where we go with it. Obviously, taking the depths of the unknown into the paranormal, and a bit of urban exploring, some gaming, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, a bit of all rounder, really, to be honest.
Yeah,
Paranormal mostly,
yeah.
especially paranormal games.
Yeah, we seem to be getting into the horror games a little bit more lately, that's for sure.
It's fun.
It is fun, it is fun. But yeah, I guess first of all, we probably talk about some of the stuff we've experienced and everything else. I've got stories from my mum when I was younger, and like a small boy that was seen running through the house, and random things of a small voice coming up to him in the middle of the night going wake up sort of thing. And mum and my stepdad turned around and told it to pretty much all piss off, and
Not welcome here.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, other than that, look, we've done a couple of little investigations at some cemeteries and things like that. A couple of cat balls and
Yeah, a couple of little things. Nothing
I still think probably
extreme.
yeah.
Nothing that jumps out at you like holy. Like.
Yeah, I still think probably the best bit we seen was like Cody reading that gravestone.
Yeah, how he read it out wrong, and then
just
corrected
straight
him.
away corrected.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that.
probably the most solid bit of evidence that we've probably got. Other than that, yeah, cat balls.
Cat balls.
They're reliable, but out in the open where it's a bit windy or something, all it takes is a little breeze,
rock, yeah,
and it can just light it up.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yes.
So it'd be interesting to see how they do go.
Yeah, especially
in
if
a closed area.
Yeah, I'm with you there. But yeah, other than that, like we probably haven't really caught that much on camera. Like obviously
Nah.
it's a bit hard. Like obviously down here in Tasmania, like there's a lot of legislations and that where we're not allowed to record in like if we plan on making money from it, recording, we've got to get like a what do they call it? A business permit, filming permit. But
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
it's like $4,500, which is fucking pricey if you ask me.
He's got that spare cash just to do that.
But yes. Anyway, I did have a mate from America. One of our reached out to us and had a bit of a story with Bigfoot. Now,
Big Sasquatch.
quite interesting stuff. When this video gets edited, we'll whack up everything when it comes to the photos, the video, the vocalizations and everything like that.
We'll put up the first bit of evidence right here.
There you go. But basically, we'll read out some of his story. Like,
It's interesting.
quite interesting, very interesting stuff. Like
And then we'll put the recording next.
at the end of it, yeah.
At the end of it.
But so this comes from Harley. He lives. Where is it?
Tennessee, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey guys, Harley Owens. I'm from Tennessee. I seen your post about looking for people who've had encounters, and I have a great encounter to share. He goes with us. I have pictures of track videos and of the trackway. I also have multiple vocalizations, and I have a picture of what I believe to be a Bigfoot. I was a non-believer until I had this encounter 3 years ago. Would love to chat. So initially we reached back and, got in touch. And he comes back with us basically saying this is going to be a pretty big summary. There's a lot of information I have to share with you and everyone else, as well as my evidence from tracks, the creature, and multiple vocalizations. I'm from East Tennessee, but when my encounter happened, I was working up in and around the Clintwood, Virginia for 2 weeks when the encounter happened in a town called Pound. Now, it was at an old sawmill out in the woods is how it all started. I'd been hearing strange noises like whistling and twigs breaking. Along with that, I had a strange feeling of being watched. Look, man, like, doing a couple of cemeteries, you sort of...
No, we've been out in the woods.
Yeah.
Different
feeling.
Yeah, you do feel like you're being watched, but it could be a fucking caterpillar.
You
You don't know.
Well,
You got eyes on your mate. Like,
that's the funny thing, man, is like
I'm looking at you.
they reckon our sixth sense is goosebumps. It's like
it probably is, yeah.
You
like
know,
eerie feeling kind of.
cavemen
yeah,
out
weird.
hunting and that, they reckon they believed, they started getting the chicken or goosebumps or whatever you want to call it.
Well, I don't see dead people for my sixth sense.
That's a good call. Well, they reckon that, that's what it is. The sixth sense is that you're being watched. So obviously, some people do it at home. Even something that like gets on the nerves. Certain nerves, I feel like it just trigger it.
Well, what about when they say deja vu?
Yeah, that's the same thing.
It's just like you feel that feeling like I've been there.
Yeah.
What sense is that? I guess that's the sense of just.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, deja vu is probably another one of those things where, like, the glitch in the Matrix, you see some of those videos.
Don't get me started about that. But anyway, back to the Bigfoot story.
Yeah,
We're going off topic.
Yeah, we're going a bit off topic here. Anyway,
edit that.
Yeah, edit that out.
Or you're fired.
That's me, yeah. Now I've seen some weird things in my life. This is back to the story, guys. Not this isn't me, but I've seen some weird things in my life without explaining what they were. But what happened that day 3 years ago, I cannot explain it. Every time I go to talk about this, I go in my mind about this and just start worrying and thinking about my encounter again. I can't sleep at night, hardly, and have nightmares about my encounter. I've seen something that made me believe that there are creatures in this world that do not want to be found until they show themselves to you. Which I probably...
yeah.
I believe cryptids probably could be a thing like that. Like, there wouldn't be many.
Like I've said multiple times, if you think that we're the only people, the only...
beings of existence sort of thing.
Intelligent being, intelligent form of life out in the universe, like we're the only ones on Earth.
Yeah.
And there's fucking millions of planets out there.
Yeah.
And if you think we're the only ones, get off the crack. Like, wake up. There's got to be something. They can't just be us. They just can't be. I refuse to believe it. I've always said that. But anyway.
Yeah. Before I had even seen the creature, I found a trackway. I'll upload the videos into the photos and that into the video when I edit this. The tracks. So in the video, he finds tracks. Now this bloke is a size 12 boot. which we know is not a small
It's
boot.
a work boot too.
Yeah.
It's it's not a Blunston.
No, it's just
it's
steel
like
cap.
a steel cap work
Yeah.
boot. Yeah.
You know.
Well, to Australians, it's pretty much a bloody Blunston.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, this happened at 1:45 in the afternoon on September 22nd, 2020, and lasted not even 5 minutes. Ooh, pardon me. But the howls and other noises happened in the evening hours after my sighting. Throughout the time I was there working, let me tell you, it felt like the time I seen the creature, it happened an eternity ago. He reckons?
So he's like lost track of time in a way.
Yeah.
He's that paranoid.
Yeah.
Off topic, but it looks like my beer's got a seahorse in it.
It does, actually. Yeah, that does.
Don't know if you could see that or not, but
Yeah. I went to my service truck. So this is him going through his details on what happened through the day. I went to my service truck to get a Coca-Cola out of my cooler. Or here in Australia, we call that an esky.
yeah, yep, esky.
Yeah. I heard something make a loud growling sound, and it sounded off in the woods. So I looked around in the woods, nothing. Then I heard it again. And up on this cliff peeking off the bush is this large black thing. When I'd look to hide again, it'd hide again. So basically, as he tried to look again, it hid away. My reading skills are quite shit.
Better than mine.
But yeah, luckily I got one picture. I will say that I know it wasn't a bear. After my first initial thought it was a bear, but I realised it wasn't because bears didn't move like the way this thing did. It was larger than any bear, and it was on 2 feet. I don't know how to explain it because it's just out of place. But then it started peeking around the brush, and that's when I got my phone out and snapped a picture. But when I tried to start videoing, my phone died, and I had around 70% of battery. See, man, yeah, look, man, phones malfunction. There's no doubt about that, and sometimes it doesn't take much interference to really.
Yeah, but call me a skeptic or something. But what gets me about that is right. Bigfoot,
Yeah.
right? If he's true, whatever, he's a living thing.
Yeah. So
now he wouldn't be taking energy away from any kind of device. Why would he need to?
No, there's no need to. But
exactly. So that I don't know. Like, no offense to him or anything. I just that kind of like I don't know.
Yeah, don't know. Maybe he could have his phone memory could have been full at the time or something too, or
like his phone could have just
it could have just malfunctioned.
Not just a normal just a normal technical
problem, but But anyway, so his phone had 70%. He tries recording it, right? Phone dies, and about 5 minutes later, his phone comes back on. Now he goes, after it disappeared, because I kept up with the time in the pickup and left my phone, still had that percentage battery left. I had my doubts believing they existed and have heard stories about Bigfoot, but never had my close-up encounter. But that day it happened. I will say, looking at the pictures, it's black. And you'll see, I'll upload the pictures in to the actual video. You can see the sun glistening through its hair. Like, that one that was just recently caught on the train. Now, that Bigfoot looked after himself, mate. That thing had the shiniest bloody coat I'd ever seen. Like, he must have been conditioning every day or something, I tell you.
I think he was just,
But, I don't know, maybe they're like poodles or something like that.
But every Bigfoot picture or video that's out there is literally 1 megapixel. You can't see shit.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because it's mostly all fake, so they try to cover it up with low quality image. But by saying that, who knows?
But then again, too, phones don't really handle zoom real well either. So, like,
Yeah,
maybe they're further away, they've zoomed in and
Yeah,
distorts the picture a bit, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, but some of them are just, I don't know.
Some of them I feel are just a little
Yeah.
bit too over the top.
Far fetched.
But yeah. But anyway, like, we wouldn't be sharing this one with you guys if we didn't think there was actually something
Yeah.
there. Like,
Yeah. The pictures of the footprints and that you can actually
yeah, when we edit it in, honestly, guys, it will shock you.
If he's faked it, he's done a good job of it.
I'll take my hat off to him. But
Yeah.
he's semi got me convinced. But there is another story about a Bigfoot coming up after this, so just please stick around. Anyway, he goes back through, and he's like, the vocalizations are unlike anything I've ever heard. I was really a skeptic to share my story, but I don't want to hide my story because it just builds up and haunts me. And all it takes is one person to make others share their encounter they need to be told. I feel the public needs to know there are things out there, but the government doesn't want people to know. And I believe that, man. Like, you look at all the recent UFO things that have been happening.
Yeah.
Right. Now, old mate that was military coming out and basically blowing the whistle.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, like, I'd hate to be in his shoes right now. I really would.
Yeah, no, there's been a few things coming out.
Anyway, so Harley goes on to basically state, he goes, my guess at the creature, I'm 6'6", about 160 pounds, he reckons. He reckons the creature I saw, if it was easily over 7 foot, if not bigger. Which, what's LeBron James? He's 7 foot?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he's
really
quite a
follow.
big man. Shaquille O'Neal's quite, nearly 7 foot too. He's over 7.
I know they're tall, I don't know how.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they'd have to be up there. There's a big there's a big white guy too. Like, he's tall as bro.
Oh yeah.
He plays for, I don't know who he plays for, but I've seen seen him.
We're Australians. We don't really follow the NBA
Yeah.
much. We apologise.
I don't know who he is, but he's a tall unit.
No, we know some of the OGs, but that's about it. But yeah. So he's saying over 7 foot, and if not over 600, 700 pounds. And Grizzlies, I'm pretty sure, are around that sort of
I was
weight.
going to say they're around that weight, yeah.
Yeah.
The big one, big ones anyway.
Now, he goes to state here that in the tracks, he doesn't see no definitive toes in the tracks, but they are massive tracks. And honestly, when you see these pictures, guys, you will see. You'll see. Like, quite interesting. But he's basically turned around. He's sent us through, a couple of photos of his boot next to this imprint. He sent us a video as well, which we'll edit it in, of him walking through. You can actually see the direct path where he's taken. He's got that photo that he snapped before he tried to obviously record the creature as well.
Yeah, and the weird thing is too, the grass around the footprints
It's like dead.
is just all dead. Like, that's what gets me. It's weird.
But then again, it is quite dry up there too, so if roots are upturned pretty easily, it would die off pretty quick, you'd think.
Yeah,
it's so dry.
It's literally around the... Like, you're stepping, it's not like you'll be squashing it down, you're not ripping it out.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right.
So, and you got like this nice circle pretty much around it.
Yeah.
Around each footprint.
Yeah, that's
and all the grass is just dead, and then it's green.
That's exactly it.
So it's you'll see.
You'll see. Yeah. We'll put it up. We'll edit it
weird.
up.
It's weird.
It's quite weird. He's also, what he's done too, he's gone right into the detail.
Yeah.
And he's even marked the maps, the location. He's put a ping on Google Maps and everything for us. And he sent us the audio file, the vocalizations he's recorded. Now, in my opinion, mate, it sounds like a whale in some ways.
Yeah, it sounds like a whale or like a kind of like a moose calling.
Yeah, but
it's a weird like a woo. I can't do it. But
it's
it's very, very strange.
Very strange.
Like, it could be absolutely any. Like, it could be. What does a fucking deer sound like? I don't know. I was gonna say, yeah. That'd sound like something like that, wouldn't they? Like, what does a bear sound like when it's like calling?
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah.
I don't know what a bear sounds like when they call.
Yeah.
We should have probably looked that up.
We probably should. Alright. So we're just gonna ring. We got one lady here on the phone. We're about to call. Now she's obviously had some experiences. We're gonna give her a call live, guys, so you can obviously hear firsthand on some of Wendy's experiences. We'll see if she answers.
You're talking to her.
I'll talk to her.
Hello.
Hello, Wendy.
Hi.
How you going? It's Greg and Kyle here.
Hi, Greg. Hi, Kyle. How
G'day.
are you both?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you this weekend?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I'm actually in Coffs Harbour. It's my grandson's birthday weekend, and we've just gathered with the family that's sort of scattered all over the east coast of Australia. So it's really good to see everybody, you know.
Yeah, nice. Nothing like a bit of family time. It's always great.
I know. So how exciting for you guys?
Yes. First episode doing this podcast and live stream as well. So we want to thank you for actually getting in touch and be willing to share some of your experiences with us.
Yeah, happy to.
So I guess, all right, let's start off with the one that sticks out to you the most. Which one would you say that is?
I would say my little visitor when I was on a night shift, working in one of the museums here in Queensland and as a canine security guard. So the shift was sort of like, I think it started at 3 and we worked through till 5 in the morning.
Yep.
So this was about maybe 4:30, just before it sort of got a bit dusky, you know, like,
Yep.
you know, so it was still quite light. And I was on one corner of the building and my boss was on the other corner of the building. So we had 4 sort of views of the building. So we covered each end, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I was sitting down on a seat and my German Shepherd, Odin, was beside me. I looked up, I just had a feeling, and I looked up and I literally saw a guy in full uniform, like all the other workers when they leave, you know.
Yeah.
He even had a vest on, so he had a high-vis vest on and everything, and he stopped walking in the middle of the walkway between the buildings and looked up at me and waved. Now, my dog, he didn't bark, but he sort of did a gruff, like, yeah, I see him, Mum, you know.
Yeah. So it's sort of like that warning sort of sound. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, you know, I'm warning you, Mum. It wasn't an angry bark, you know.
Yeah.
It was just like, I see him, you know, and I sort of patted him because I thought, good boy, you know, and reinforced that.
Yeah.
And this guy waved back to me. And
wow.
I could see his smile. Do you know what I mean? Like it was plain as day. And I thought, and then I started to think it's really strange because normally the workers aren't there at that time, you know. And it was the weekend, and I thought, that's a bit unusual. And then when I saw him just disappear into the wall, there was no doors down there. Right?
Yeah. Holy shit.
So I literally saw him walk into the brickwork, and I went, okay, that's not right.
Yeah,
that's not normal.
That's not normal. And even my dog looked at me, and I looked at him, and I thought, I better ring my boss.
He was like, did you just see that?
The dogs looked at me like, Odin's looked at me like, hey, Mum, did he just walk through a wall?
I know I'm a dog, but I seen that.
And it sort of reinforced to me that what I saw, you know. So I radioed through to my boss and I said, you know, boss, did you see anyone workers, you know? And he goes, I'll be straight there. So the door was there was a door more closer to me.
Yep.
Just the front doors. So we went through there. Now what we did was when I work with my canine, I have a muzzle on him, right? So if we come across anyone that doesn't need to be bit,
yeah,
and it's sort of an activation when you take the muzzle off that, you're going to work, So we went through the door, took the muzzle off him and let him go because we didn't know for sure because it was so real,
Yeah.
Like I was just like, I don't know what's happening here, but my boy saw that, and he can go find this dude,
Yeah, well, they seem to say that, kids and animals seem to be a lot more
definitely, like he definitely saw him, like he let me know straight up, I can see him,
Yeah.
So we spent probably the next, 45 minutes looking throughout. So this is, if you could imagine, this is like a shed, a massive shed, where they house a couple of the special trains in there, and where the workers go underneath the train. So it's like a pit. They call it a pit. Yeah. So my dog went down into that pit area and everything, looking for this guy. So he could smell him. Right. But he just couldn't find him.
Do you know if, when that place, was it like an old building at all, or was it just...
Yeah, so it housed a lot of the older trains too.
Okay, was there any deaths there? Do you know, or...
Steps?
Deaths, like did anyone pass away?
So this is the thing, right? So when it comes through to 5 a.m. and the workers start coming on board, me and my boss straight away go, and we told them the experience of what I had, and they said, oh, that's Budgie, straight up. And I'm like, who's Budgie? And they go, oh, he was, he worked here for like 40 odd years, and, he was dedicated to his job, was a great guy. And when he passed away, they actually put his ashes in the flute, or I think that's what they call it, of the train.
Yeah.
And that train was in
that explains. Well, that explains it. Yeah.
He said, I'll show you. So we've gone through, and there's his name, Budgie. Now I didn't know that because I would have seen that and gone, oh, Budgie, you know what I mean? But I didn't know that scenario. And there is the train with his name, Budgie.
Right.
So Yeah. So when you first seen Budgie the spirit, did you? What was going through your head to make, or what were you feeling exactly when?
Just hey, there's a guy on site that works here.
Just a normal guy, like you'd see someone walking down the hallway.
Exactly. I mean, it was quite a distance, right?
Yeah.
So, at first, I just saw a guy with a high vis on and, boots, the whole uniform.
So he was full body.
Full body.
Yeah.
It wasn't until he started moving that I realised I could see through his body to the back lot of buildings, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That were actually
very transparent. Yeah.
Realised he was transparent, and it took me a few seconds to realise what I was seeing through that,
In those few seconds, what was your brain registering? Was it run?
What's happening? Just simply like
curiosity.
Curiosity. Don't even blink because that's gonna go,
Yeah.
And yet, like I said, it wasn't until I realised he walked through the brickwork and I seen his right foot disappear into the building.
Yeah, no,
I was like, okay, I'm definitely seeing something. This is interesting. I wasn't scared at all. Do you know what I mean? He waved.
Yeah.
And he had a big smile on his face. I was just waving to the dude.
You're just sitting there smiling away, boys.
I'm friendly at work, you know what I mean? Like if someone waves to me, I wave back to them, and that's what it was. Simply, that's the way it started,
Yeah.
And then it, of course, opens up to other people saying, "Oh yeah, we see him heaps." And it's like, thanks guys, you could have let me know.
a bit of a heads up, would have been lovely.
I mean, you could feel spirit. I'm very
empathic.
And very sensitive to energy because I do Reiki and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I'm very sensitive to energy, and I could feel energy in that building, but it was the other train that I was feeling the energy from. It was like an old, you know how like back when the women used to have carousels and big dresses and
Yep.
things like that.
It was like an old steam train.
Yeah, it was one of those trains that had a back balcony on it and stuff like that. Now, literally, we had to mine this train itself because it had gold fixtures in it.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
you know, that was worth quite a lot of money. So, but I used to do walkthroughs the train because you just never know if somebody's gotten on the train, they're hiding, and they're going to unlock a sink or something. And
Yeah.
take it away, you know what I mean? So we used to do rounds on the train, and I could feel the energy in that train, you know. So I wasn't surprised that something would be hanging around, you know, not Budgie. I didn't expect Budgie, so friendly Budgie, but definitely was a really cool experience. So yeah.
No, that sounds.
Yeah, no, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
I'm telling you now, if I would have seen that bloke walk through a wall, I would have been, motherfucker, I'm gone.
I mean, it was afterwards when I realised that we searched for him, because I think you think I'm going to find him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dog's going to barrel him up in a corner, and we're going to realise that this guy somehow walked through a brick wall. So I was more so thinking, dude, tell me how you walked through that brick wall, you know?
Yeah,
because it just felt so real, you know?
That's crazy. Like, that's actually crazy.
Yeah. So, great experience.
No, well, and everyone else at work that you said had seen him as well?
Yeah, so they, because, you know, not the security guards team that we worked with, but the workers that work there, even through the day, see him. You know, they'd see him in certain parts of or they get glimpses of him. You know, they go to look, and he was there, and you know, that was sort of just glimpses. But I'd never known that, you know, so I didn't know that other people had seen him until I, you know, told my story and my sighting. They were like, oh yeah, we're not surprised.
It's funny you should say that, but I feel like people that actually have experiences with the paranormal, like, they feel very reserved on sharing it.
Oh yeah, no, these guys were like, oh yeah, we've seen him, and like, he's usually there, or he's over in that pocket, you know what I mean? So, and they were people that worked with him, you know what I mean? So they probably really were tuned in to him being there, you know. So a few guys said they saw dark shadows and things like that, and that worried them and stuff like that. It was a pretty scary sight, and that was during the day. These guys are talking about during the day, you know. So come night time, you couldn't think too much about the things you saw, because you just wouldn't finish the shift, you know. You just wouldn't finish the shift. So so it's crazy in the places that you do see things, you know. People don't realise when you work a night shift, the sort of things that you see.
Well, I'm glad that you weren't actually watching the live stream, because I just nearly yeeted our whole system off the ground.
What was that?
I nearly just launched the computer and everything off the desk. Just fixing a light, and oh god, it's so, and that, it's funny, people when they have these sorts of stories, I don't know, it's one of them topics. Unless someone brings the topic up, you don't really want to speak about it.
It's probably because people don't want to get sent to the fucking crazy house.
Yeah,
I know,
you know.
I'm a bit older now, but I've had experiences throughout my life, and I think I'm more comfortable now talking about it at my age. And I suppose I've got a lot of friends and family that are tuned to things like that too. So you can, you know who you can talk to and who you can't. You know, you sort of feel that energy where they're going to go, "You're crazy, dude." You know, that's just not normal. You know, yeah, but I definitely surround myself with people that can talk about it and be, you know, it's a great thing to share, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely. And, you know, there's people that go through their lives and just have, random little things happen and, you know, just brush it off as, just a freak coincidence. But, I guess if some people actually looked into it a little bit more, it could be something more too.
Yeah, well, people just need to be more open-minded about things.
Definitely. If they take their blinkers off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'd be surprised at what they're seeing. And like you say, you know, talk to people about this, because if we didn't talk to old mate that was on the shift coming in the morning, we wouldn't have known it was Budgie and he had a name and he, you know, he was a good bloke. You know, and the stories that we heard about him, like that just connected to me. And just reinforced to me that friendly smile that I got from him. He was a good bloke, you know.
Yeah.
And he loved his job, and he was going back for his shift that day, you know. He just wasn't walking up near my dog. He didn't want to walk up near my canine, maybe. I don't know, but you know what I mean. So,
seems like a bloke that'd work himself to death.
Exactly, and he was still working in the afterlife.
Yeah.
And he was happy to do so. Like it was not, you know, head down, bum up. He was literally, hi, how you going?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
To me, like that just seems freaky. Like he looked at you, he smiled,
stopped,
and waved.
Literally stopped and waved.
Intelligent ghost.
Yeah.
He wasn't stuck in a time loop.
No.
He was
definitely wasn't like the Matrix or something like that.
No.
Definitely he saw me, and like I said, my dog alerted me, even though I was still looking in the same direction. I thought, well, that's good, because Odin's seen him too. And I'm looking, and he waved, and I thought, so I did a big wave. Like if anyone was watching me, they'd be thinking, "Is she waving too?"
No.
She seen.
G'day, fellas. Greetings from Adelaide. G'day, okay.
Hey mate, how you going? Welcome to the stream.
So, are you a believer in afterlife?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've had like, my father passed away in 2003 and my mum passed away in 2010. When Dad passed away, my mum actually lit a candle when he was in hospital, and she sort of come home because you know, she was on oxygen and it was a long day at the hospital waiting to see what was going to happen with him. And when they let her know he's probably not going to last the night, family took her back to, you know, to their home. And so Mum lit a candle, you know, it was, I suppose that was her Catholic sort of ways. And the candle went out and the phone rang and it was hospital to say he passed away. So that was a big confirmation for Mum. But not just that, my dad used to talk to the willy wagtails. We get them in Queensland.
Yeah. The birds that have got bigger balls than anything.
Don't know what they are.
They're literally like a little sparrow, man, massive tail, and they bomb dive at magpies.
Really?
Yeah, they have no fear.
They're right.
Yeah, they're pretty birds too. I've actually got them tattooed because of this story. I've got them tattooed on my chest. But my dad used to talk to him and feed him and stuff like that. And like Dad used to say, it keeps away the crows. So when Mum, because my brother came to, because they were sort of living in a back space of my brother's house, and he walked out from his house to their place, and the light was on, and they both looked outside when he come in, and the willy wagtail was there. So it was a confirmation that, you know, he'd passed on, and that was, you know, nearly like, I'm all good, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I've recently had someone pass on my partner's side.
Yeah.
And it was weird because at the funeral, there was like a bird just at the window, just bang, 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 bang. Yeah. And then once we obviously walked up and got the casket to go back to the car, the bird flew away and just kind of went tweet, tweet.
Yeah.
And
I swear it's just a confirmation. Like, it's a visual. You know, I can't explain that. It's not like they're the bird or in reincarnation or anything like that. I don't feel that. But
no.
I just feel that their energy is with that bird to remind you, you know. Like,
I'm okay. I've made it. I'm okay. Don't worry. Just, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And my dad was a skeptic. Like, he always said, you know, you're gone. And I said, well, can you let me know if you know, you can contact. He goes, oh yeah, I'll be turning lights on. Shit going on. So one night I was working once again, security, but for Queensland Rail, and we had a site, and actually the guy that was with me, which was my driver, so I would have a driver, and me and my dog would be in the car, and we'd go to different stations, and, I'd cross a line, and, so it was cool work. Anyway, we were walking, and I was talking about my dad, and we were walking down this pathway at this station that was really close to a cemetery, right?
Yep.
So it was pretty hairy type, late at night, probably 1 a.m, and there was lights all the way down this walkway, and I kid you not, I was talking about the lights and they started to go off. So my mate that was with me, he shit himself, right? He couldn't believe it. So he goes, it's not true. I said, isn't it? So I started running, and as I got faster and faster, the lights were following me and turning on and off.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I said, that's my dad, man. He always said he'd do it.
Yeah.
And it's a big thing for all my kids because they're all older now. Like my youngest is 30. So when they're driving and if a light goes off on the road or their car radio lights go off, it's a warning something's going to happen. So they always check their speed or check where they are on the road and stuff. And it'll be either the cops are over the horizon or there's an accident and somebody's hurt, like seriously. So it's always a warning.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. And he's still here.
Yeah, that's it. And he always, like I said, he was a skeptic, but he said if it was true, he'd bloody let us know. So he certainly has. So
yeah, and that makes you even a bigger believer in afterlife. And
it's not. It doesn't just end there. Like when my mum passed away in 2010, she sort of lived. My partner and I got married 2010, so that I could remember the wedding date. But mum passed away a few weeks later, and everyone said, she held off so she could, see you married type thing. Not that she came because she couldn't travel, but when I went down for the funeral, and we all, like the kids and my partner and I went down, when we went to, because the wake was at my brother's house, so we were all waiting to sort of go in because, there's a few cars, so we're all parking and that in the street, and we've looked up in the sky, and I kid you not, there was a rainbow, but it was upside down like a smile. Right in the sky. And when my dad passed away, his best mate got up and talked about rainbows. See, my dad was he was a sign writer, so colour was all, and rainbows were his thing, so his best mate always said, if you see a rainbow in the sky, it's Bobby, he's painting the rainbows for heaven. So it was just a story the family thought was cute, but that to me on Mum's funeral and at her wake, that was her smiling, saying it's all good,
Yeah.
I'm all good. So, and everybody there just cried. Yeah. Like I didn't cry. I smiled back, Like it was a confirmation for me that she was all good and she is fine,
Yeah, it's a bittersweet thing.
Suffering. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it'd be hurt, like it'd make you hurt because obviously you missed your loved one, but at the same time it's like, well, they're in a better place.
Yeah.
They're reunited with obviously your father.
Yeah, and other family members, and I sort of thought that is letting us know that it is okay, and they are happy where they are.
Yeah.
We're the poor souls that are going, wish you were still here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they're living the good life now, and while you're living in hell.
That's it.
Yeah.
Then that's exactly the way I felt that day. Was just like, the confirmation. I always wanted it, and thank you very much. And it happens all the time. I always ask, for confirmations about certain things, and I get it. You ask, you get, you shall receive, as they say. So
that's it.
Yeah. So
I'm a skeptic myself.
Yeah.
So, and that's another reason why we started all of this, to actually try and convince ourselves, or not convince ourselves, but actually prove that there is something, after death, whatever else we find, because there's not going to be any like bullshit like these other shows could just fake it just, you know.
Yeah, you just don't know when you are. I mean, I watch a lot of paranormal stuff. I'm into. I have been for years, you know. But there's a lot more people out there proving this stuff too.
That's
know?
right.
So,
exactly right.
And it's always the people that are the small people.
Yeah.
It's not the ones with the camera crew behind their backs, like Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
And the rest of them like that. That's
exactly. It's the true, you know, the true and real people out there that are, you know, like, because my partner and I are actually looking to jump in on the same sort of thing. So, you know, in Queensland and just showing a few things around here because we have so many experiences happening and it's just a matter of turning that camera on and having the right equipment and just catching it and captivating it, you know?
If you ever do, then send us an email and I'm pretty sure Greg and I will be happy to do a like, you know,
reaction
a collab?
Collab or something like that to help, you know.
That'd be great, if, mate.
Like, we might not be huge or anything, and by that time, who knows what could happen. If we are big, we'll still, you know.
Oh, for sure.
We'll fly over and.
We're basically what we're doing is we're just trying to do it as like nobodies, like, but at the same time, you know, get some stuff that would blow people's mind, you know?
Oh, exactly. You don't have to have $20,000 camera to show what's happening.
Well, I'm shooting off a second-hand Canon that's, you know, was worth like $1,300 new, and, you know...
Yeah, it's a Canon, mate. You know what I mean?
And I've got a bloody... knock-off night vision camera from bloody Temu that does the job too, you know.
Awesome.
The most expensive part of the setup we're using right now would be the gaming PC.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And that's a go. I love that because it's about the content. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly it.
And your passion about it too. So you want to know the background, you want to know the stories, you want to know, and that's what everybody that's listening or watching, that's what they want.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
You know, they want the story behind the story.
They want the raw stuff, like, you know, not the boring fake rehearsal. Like, none of this is rehearsed.
Like scripted sort of thing, yeah.
Well, it took us an hour and a half to get the bloody thing started.
I was getting a bit worried. I thought, maybe they're not interested in my story.
We were having some major technical problems. First, I
said that to my partner. I said, you know, that'll be us in a few months' time trying to put things together and have a timeline. But we were just going to originally record just straight off the camera, then edit it up and make it look good and that. But then we're like, Kyle come up with the idea of why not live stream it? I sure, why not? I love that. I love that. So you got a few people coming on?
I've had one.
We've had one come in through.
That's good.
RK from Adelaide. He's come in. He said, "G'day, fellas. Greetings from Adelaide." So
awesome. I love that.
That's the thing.
Awesome.
You got to make a start somewhere. You can't just.
Yeah, definitely. And it's the replay. People will watch that, and
that's exactly
next time they'll put notifications on to watch the next one. Do you know what I mean? So
that's exactly right.
Yeah, it's about getting and putting that neck out and just doing it, mate. You know, like the Nike sign, just do it.
Just do it.
I
like that. Yeah. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just Rambo it.
Yeah. So are you guys just in the midst of looking out for like ghost stuff or
a bit of everything, like anything where it comes to, like, I guess you could say paranormal, extraterrestrial, cryptids, anything.
Just anything.
Just outside the norm.
Like,
so I do have another story.
Okay.
So I was working once again as canine security in what they call the main yard, which is in Brisbane, and it was I'm trying to remember. So it's quite central in Brisbane. I can't think of the name of the suburb right off the top of my head. But
near Logan there?
No, it's actually more in the city.
Oh, okay.
Right? So all I could see was a few sort of roads that sort of, you know, like main highway type things.
Yeah.
And there wasn't many buildings around, but yeah, it's quite it's quite close.
So
to the city.
quite open at the same time.
Yeah. So it's a big yard, if you can imagine. It's a few acres, and it has where all the trains pull in. So in the main part of Brisbane, so they actually have, I think it's about 20 rows that they can fit 2 or 3 trains on each row. So you can imagine, you know, a normal train's got about 8 carriages. So you're putting 3 of them on a line. So you know what I mean? So it's quite big. And they have a few fellas in checking with dogs, checking that out all the time, because people come in and just want to tag, you know?
Yeah.
And I was actually out on a pretty exposed area and just one train. All right, so it used to take me about 8 minutes to walk around the train, so about a minute a carriage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I used to do, so it was 6 till 6 in the morning, so this was about, I think it was about 11 at night.
Yep.
Clear as night. It was a beautiful night. And I looked up, because I don't know, you're always looking up in the sky, because...
Especially
if you're not hearing noises, you're looking for your dog's reaction to something in the bushes or something.
Yeah.
But I was, you know, just looking in the sky, and next minute I'm looking and I think, that's not a helicopter. And a helicopter doesn't spiral. What the hell is that? And that was, that was 2010 or 2009 maybe.
Yeah.
I did have my iPhone because it was a work phone, so I started taking photos, you know, like...
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, so this thing was up in the sky, but not too high, and it was spiraling, so it was going around, like, so there was was nearly like a big light to it.
Yeah.
But you could see the spiral effect of like a tailwind, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So it was just happening in the sky, and I was there for about half an hour watching it and taking photos, and I was sending them to my partner who lived in Noosa at the time, and so she was a few hours away, and she ended up ringing me and saying, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm seeing this crap for like half an hour, mate. Like, what's going on? Like, I really don't know what this is." So, yeah, lo and behold, it just disappeared. It literally just went poof and it was gone.
Yeah, right, that's...
And I kept looking through my photos and you could see, because I just went click, click, click. I had about 100 photos of it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you could see the movement in the photos. If you put all the photos together, it was like a, you know what I mean, a running take of video of it. So I will check, because I've got the phone, but I can't find the charger to it. I was going to try and get the footage to you guys, but I still will if I can find the charger, or buy one off eBay, you know, and charge this thing up and get the actual photos, because I want them myself. But definitely it took me for a spin, you know.
What kind of iPhone is it?
I'm guessing it's the original one, the big wide fat...
So one of the first iPhones, I think.
Yeah, the big wide fat iPod ones that they used to have.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so I've kept them all, you know what I mean? I've kept all the phones that I've had, and that was actually given to me. So it was my first ever iPhone, so it was a business phone. But it's just finding that charger is a big thing. But I'm sure I'll be able to do that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. They were good photos for the time too. You know what I mean? Like, not this
old school 1 megapixel stuff. That's
you can definitely tell in the photo that it's not a helicopter. It's not this or that. You know what I mean? Like, it was just crazy, and we were just watching it for a good half an hour, 45 minutes, just looking up in the sky. I mean, anyone could have tagged the train. I was busy looking in the sky at the time, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
not doing your job that night.
Well, not for that 45 minutes, that's for sure.
Yeah. So. Come in the next morning and find out you got the sack.
Well, I actually, because I actually have cameras watching it, so I was a bit worried a bit later on. But the next day, my partner rang me and said, after I woke up, you know, night shifts sort of thing. So she rang me and said, there's actually people talking about it. Other people had seen it that night and were on the radio about it. So It wasn't just Loopy Wendy, you know. So
well, there's been lately in the last year. There's been a lot of government releasing stuff too.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's about time. Like, they say you can't handle the truth. It's like, well, we already know what the truth is. You are the ones that can't handle the truth because you're hiding it.
That's right. I think it's... And the fact behind that is the whole thing of the fear factor that they put in us.
Control chaos. That's what it is. It comes down to control chaos because, like...
Exactly.
And from what I've gathered on all that too recently...
Well, it can't be any worse than what's going on in the fucking world today.
Exactly.
You know,
it's crazy
with everything that's going on over in Israel and that, I mean, wouldn't it blow everyone's mind if a UFO just comes straight through and just
said no, stop,
basically.
Yeah, like, how do we know they're not, you know, I mean, they're so intelligent. I'm sure they have a better way than we're treating this planet, you know what I mean?
Their big thing is, like, well, if they've got no need to conquer, because, like, we're going to eventually just wipe ourselves out anyway, at this rate.
I don't know if you're into history or whatnot, but have you heard of the Achaemenid?
No.
Right. When you go to bed or whenever you got free time, look it up on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's Achaemenid. It's a weird name, but it's very interesting. Like, you know, obviously you got your Egyptians with the pyramids and all of that.
Yeah.
So it's like so they say that humans are a subspecies of these Achaemenid.
Like higher
people, higher, like they're big people, like they're huge. And they've come from somewhere else and then populated Earth, so then we do the work. And it's a very, very interesting documentary if you find the right one. But
I'll
look into it.
Up.
That's
like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Bashar.
I have heard that.
Daryl Anchor.
Yeah, I have heard that.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you've got to just simply open your mind, right?
Yep.
Sit down and watch even 5 minutes, because sometimes he does have a channel that you can, you know, obviously buy bigger versions of whatever. But even if you just watch a quick clip of him, he actually channels this. So his name's Daryl Anchor. That's the human form.
Yep.
He actually channels this. I can't remember what species he is, but he's an alien. So don't think I'm woo-woo, but...
we're very, very open-minded.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. And he is basically telling us, and I think I really like it because he's giving us direction in the way of how to be a better person on Earth, you know, a better version of us. So this whole limiting beliefs and things that we have that hold us back from even manifestation and all that sort of stuff, you know, the whole, because I'm obviously into energy and all that sort of thing. So he taps into how we should have our energy and all that sort of stuff. It's just great stuff. Like, you know, like if anybody's going to communicate from that other side of the world, it's going to be to tell us that sort of stuff. Like, what else do we need to know? We need to go inwards, deep into our own energies. Do you know what I mean? And fix ourselves. We're obviously trying to fix the world. Can't be done. You know, we need to fix ourselves. And as a collective, the energy of everybody getting together and getting on that same vibrational energy, we could probably do some crazy things. You know.
Well, I was about to say it's not the world that's the problem. It's us.
No. Exactly.
Humans as a species, we're just very, very greedy and just you know,
ego.
like it's.
If we let go of that ego and think that we, you know, we can find happiness in material things and powerful things and stuff like that, and we let go of all that ego and actually go into ourselves and work out our own energy and what actually makes us happy. I think people would realise that we don't need those material things.
No, well, at the end of the day, when you put in a wooden box and buried. No one remembers you for your material items.
But they'll remember the conversations and the heart that you had in the passion and the work that you did. Like Budgie, you know what I mean? We, you know, back to old mate Budgie, his energy is still in that place because he's had such a passion for his work, obviously.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, no, couldn't agree more.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to hear and see more of your stuff, guys. So
thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
thank you for your support and your call. That means a lot.
No. Yeah, thanks for reaching out and putting that out there, and hopefully a lot of people will jump on. I can't wait to hear everybody's stories and following your footpath soon, guys.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, I guess the biggest thing is just speak up, speak out. You know, you're not alone. There's other people out there, more than you'd believe, so...
Yeah, it's definitely we've got enough humans on the planet to talk about this stuff, and let's raise the vibration of the planet and say, hey, we know you're coming, or we know you're there, and you know how beautiful is that? You know what I mean?
There is a lot of woke people,
isn't it?
Obviously like ourselves, but it's just like trying to get the majority of the other people to try and actually open their eyelids, like you said before.
Yeah, just take off those blinkers, you know what I mean?
It's near bloody impossible.
That's it.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's just so stuck in their own little worlds with their little mobile phones or, you know, whatever else they're doing. TikTok, you know. I know. and
I mean, that's okay. If they want to know, like I stopped a few years ago watching the news, and that was my turnaround.
I haven't watched the news for the last 10 years.
Yeah, how cool is it?
Like,
because
it's been a while.
It's like you're plugged into the negative, you know, the negative.
Well, you're not being fed controlled chaos. That's the thing.
Well, I just didn't want drama. I was just over the drama.
I think it was 9/11 that did it for me because I had young ones and they just kept showing that horrible footage. And I was just like, you know, we're turning this crap off.
Yeah, see, I'm 33.
Yeah, you're just a baby, mate. I'm 52.
Yeah, so I was around your eldest kids' age when all of that shit happened. So when that happened, I remember it.
Yeah, I do too. Coming home from school,
you know, it's that impression on your brain.
Yeah.
To see that horrible footage. I'm not even going to say the things that my kids commented on because it's just putting the energy into that horribleness. And, you know what I mean? Like it's and what's come from that.
So much
we've learned so much about what it could have really been, you know. So
that's right. Yeah.
You know, so we've come a long way since then too, and even since this whole COVID thing, I think everybody's awakening to, like you said before, to other things that could be happening. You know,
that's it. And I feel like since COVID too, a lot more people are up rebelling against the governments.
And because we should be, mate. If we would all turn into this energy that we're all creating, I think, we could do wonders, mate.
Oh, yeah, no, we really could,
It's like, Rage Against the Machine have been frigging putting the word out there since I don't know how long. That is
so cool. That is so cool. And it's so true, you know what I mean? Like, as a collective.
There's a rapper, I know you're probably not into rap or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm into Eminem, mate.
Well, there's a rapper called Tom McDonald.
Yeah.
He's Canadian but lives in America, and he raps about like the American government and how like corrupt it is, and
awesome.
Like the lyrics is just spot on, like very interesting. So
we need to watch his path because all these people that are speaking out, we have to wonder what happened to them. Like, there's YouTubers, there's, content creators that are missing or died in a weird way. And a lot of people are leaving this earth because they speak out,
Yeah, well, I was about to say, there's been a few YouTubers, TikTokers, social influencers in general lately have gone missing.
Yeah.
Because they've said something that they're not meant to, they're not meant to have, but they wanted to share it, and then sadly, they're obviously life got taken by the government. Oh well, I don't want to say it because I don't want to be.
Yeah, I know. I don't want you to go down that path at all. But
we'll be cancelled real quick.
we can still have our voice.
That's
you know
exactly
what I mean? Yeah.
But
and
we're not.
Other people to look into things. You know what I mean? Like
they say we we can say what we want. It's freedom of speech, whatever else. But at the end of the day, is it really? Because we still get monitored. We still get
for sure.
We get cancelled. Sure. There's no freedom of nothing.
There's nothing's free in this world, mate. And all that is free and true to us is our own energy.
That's
exactly right.
Yeah. So well done, guys. I'm so happy for you, and I can't wait to what you bring to the table on these great subjects. I'm so stoked.
Thank you so much.
If we can just ask one thing, just share it to one friend. Just one friend. That one friend will hopefully pass on to another friend. And
exactly. I will definitely do that. I'll be if you could just text me the details of what you's accord and all that sort of stuff. And,
no worries. I can shoot you an email.
I'll put up a post on my business pages and Instagram. I'm on everything, TikTok, everything. So.
You're a sassy. You're a sassy 52-year-old.
I'm just I am, mate. Seriously, I'm learning everything on tutorials on Facebook and all sorts of things, but I've learnt the whole marketing strategy, so I'm still trying to find which platform actually will work for me. So I'm just all over the place at the moment.
There's so many out there now.
And it's worth checking.
I'm sort of dabbling in TikTok every now and then.
I love the thought of getting a good following on TikTok, but YouTube is my big thing. But my Facebook, I end up changing my personal page into my business page. I'm eventually going to move everything over to that page. But Facebook is going off for me, which is really not. You know how you just see things and you go, I want to go really big on TikTok or something, But it's energy and the universe and everything like that. It all has its own way, and you just got to go with the flow, mate.
But then you can be two goofballs in a bloody pool and sing "I'm an Island Boy."
Yeah, make millions of bloody.
And make millions.
Isn't that crazy?
And then you get genuine people like Greg and I.
Well, I wouldn't say genuine, just two average Joes. Two average Joes, but...
No, I mean genuine is like we're actually trying.
So you have to let us know about your background and stuff like that. Like, have you always been mates or you're colleagues?
Brother-in-laws.
Brother-in-laws,
I love it. It's a family thing,
Through marriage, unfortunately, but...
Unfortunately.
Can't get rich bastard if I try.
No, I love my wife.
Yeah.
Although some days I feel like she wants to murder me in my sleep.
I really don't blame her.
I'm an arsehole, and I admit it. But.
Well, I was born in Burnie, in Tasmania. Lived the... I moved to Melbourne when I was 18 till I was 19.
Wow.
And then came back to Tassie, been here ever since. I've got myself a partner and an 8-year-old son.
Awesome.
Other than that,
life's good. Plugging along, as they say.
Yeah, just plotting along.
I love that.
I hail from little old Dubbo, New South Wales.
Oh, I've got family in Dubbo, man.
Yeah, all my mum's side was from Narromine. My dad's side's from Gilgandra and all that area there.
Oh, wow.
Then my mum and dad split, and I ended up in Bundy with my stepdad and mum for 20 years.
Oh, there you go.
And then lost contact with my dad, and then, what was it? Just over 10 years ago now, I managed to track my dad down on the old Facebooks.
Awesome. Oh, look at that, eh?
And, rekindled, and I moved down here because I just had a bit of a shit show happen up in Queensland, and, had pretty shit luck when it come to women until Kyle's sister started chasing me down, and I'm thinking she probably regrets that some days, but...
I love that.
I'd regret it every day.
Oh, come on, you were the best man.
Yeah, I was the best man. I regret that.
Just because you don't like publicly speaking.
I hate publicly speaking, man.
Yeah.
But,
Well, you're doing great, mate. Like, we're just having a chat. That's what it's all about.
No, that's it. And like that's all we want to be. Is we just want to be normal, casual sort of people. We don't want to
I love that.
push shit uphill or anything like that.
Yeah, because there's enough shit up there, mate.
Well, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we can just turn around and say, "Look, we tried."
Yeah, well, that's
mate.
it.
I'm there for the journey, right beside you. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we got one voted one in now. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. No,
And I tell you what, Wendy.
I'm making history, mate.
I was gonna say, when we jump off the call to you, if you want, we'll send you the link to the YouTube channel.
Definitely.
And you can just come in and say good day and say how ugly we are. And
For sure. I'll be sending everyone to you to, sort yous out.
Yeah. we really do appreciate everything, Wendy. I mean, it's been nothing but a bit of a blast, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
been great. It's been great.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still tripping balls over old mate Budgie walking through that wall.
Yeah, so get your energy on that, if you can imagine old Budgie with the big smile on his face and a nice big wave to the canine handler in Ipswich there. Yeah.
I've always said to my
mates,
when I die, I'm coming back for you fuckers.
Yeah. Bloody oath. And that's obviously what Budgie thought too, mate.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, that's it. That's it. Anyway, Wendy, we thank you for your time. Thanks for coming in and sharing everything with us. We really appreciate it. And
thanks, guys.
Once you've got your stuff up and running, if you just want to shoot us an email, we'll be glad to collab and do a shout out and whatever to help you guys too.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Anything you can teach and learn from you guys will be
look, you need a hand with video editing or anything like that, let me know. And
well, even setting things up, if you come into a technical error, just send us a message or call, whatever, and we'll sort it out for you.
Tonight,
Yeah, we'll sort it out. Yeah, well, hour and a half later, we got there.
Mate, you got there in the end. We're doing it now.
Well, it's a bloody
your first one's done.
It's a 50-metre walk back to the house.
So good to meet you guys.
No worries.
Chat soon.
No worries, Wendy. Thank you.
Okay, mate. Bye.
Bye.
What a nice lady.
What an absolute
champion.
I'm going to
YouTube
email
channel.
I'm going to email her right now.
No.
And get the link.
All you got a mobile number, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just go to our channel and then go share.
Yeah,
and then
I will. I'm getting there.
We're in the wrong channel, you bot.
Alrighty.
My bad.
Alright, we go share.
Is anyone watching?
I don't know.
Does it say? It will say.
Copy link. Give me a second. I'm messaging Wendy.
Wendy.
There, message. Paste. There we go. She's got the link.
We're on the phone for a while.
Yeah, no. And
how long were we on the phone for? That went fast as.
It did go fast as, man. Just under an hour we're on the phone with her.
Nice.
It's amazing about what happens when you actually connect with people and you actually,
Anyone watching?
It's just me.
Just you.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, there you have it, guys. I mean, my Budgie through the wall of all things.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have been just like,
Yeah, mate. Like I said, if that was me, motherfucker, I'm gone.
Yeah, but like she said though, it was down. It was down.
The other end of the building.
Yeah, down the other end of the building, and
it's smiling away.
There you go. I'm just gonna go work on my train.
It just sounds like
make sure my gold's still here.
It just sounds like a typical Aussie bloke. Just normal day at work. G'day, Shags.
Make sure my gold's still on the train.
Yeah. But no.
That's really cool.
Oh, it's good to get the first episode up anyway. A few nerves still here and there, but these things will work themselves out. A bit more confidence and people coming through, Anyway, I happen to have one more story. This one here comes from, his name is John Mackenzie. Right, and
John Mackenzie.
Yes. So I reached out on some social media pages, and this guy does investigations like us, but in I think it's in Queensland, if not in Australia, up in America somewhere. I can't remember where. I found him, actually. He found me. I don't know.
Then you start to question everything, aren't you?
So the way John goes in here to say this is, right, I think one of the most memorable experiences I've had was on a public investigation. Right? We sat in this hall. We sat in this hall. I was sat on my own at the very back. In front of me was my wife and a few other guests.
So we're in a hall.
They're in a hall.
Right.
He's right at the back.
Yep.
And his wife's in front with a few guests. Right. Then when all of a sudden my wife becomes teary and the guest to the side becomes very angry and next guest along bursts out crying.
There's a lot of emotions going on.
That is crazy, and that's what they say. They reckon that like spirits can like just manipulate emotions, just like that.
That was probably all the emotions that spirit felt.
Yeah. At
that time of.
Yeah, that's
murder part. Like, who knows?
That's exactly
like
right.
You know, anything could happen. You know.
Anyway. After this next one starts burst out crying, the angry guests then started provoking the spirits. Now, I don't... unless he's doing a Zach Baggins, like, come at me, bro, or something like that, you know?
Some fight.
Yeah, I don't know, man, like... I wouldn't be caught doing it. Like, the last thing I want to be done is fucking Houdini to cross the room.
Well, I wouldn't want to be pissing off. Yeah. You don't know what.
No, that's exactly right. You don't know what sort of spirit it is. Could be bloody demonic. Could
be aggressive, man. It could be chill.
Yeah.
Could be budgie.
It could be mate, budgie. You just crack the shits, and most Australian blokes will just knock you on your ass. So.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, the guest started provoking the spirits, and then comes forwards to do something more than less with emotions. So basically what he's saying is that everyone just started bursting out with random acts of emotion. Like...
So angry, sad. Just everything, yeah. So that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and he goes in to say that whilst this was going on, I had the sense of something black creeping up on me from the shadows, almost feeding on what was going on. He turns it around and he says, what I felt that night, I have never felt again. And it actually scared me a lot. And then I basically just asked the question on the place he was located.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. He goes, okay, so it was at Tatton Old Hall. It was hosted by the Haunted Hunts, the location at the time. That was used to house their haunted items they had collected. Right, so that there is just screaming possible God knows what.
Yeah.
It's like that's like another Zach Baggins museum, man. Or like bloody look at the Warrens Museum. If they're storing haunted items in there, like they got to be expecting something. Residual energy and.
See, have you that Annabelle doll?
The Raggedy Ann.
Like, have you actually seen what she looks like?
Yeah, it's like literally like a big floppy teddy bear.
It's not a teddy bear, bro.
It's literally like it's a doll. It's a doll. It's a big floppy doll. Like literally can't stand. It's just like
this guy. He's a teddy bear. Nothing like a teddy bear. Yeah. It's a plush fucking
doll. Yeah.
Doll with like ginger.
I had a clown one that scared the fuck out of me. Very similar.
Well, anyway, have you? There was a story, man, about a motorbike rider went there, right, to the Warren's house.
Yes,
right? Went through the museum, and he was provoking, like he was like,
provoking.
"Oh, you won't do nothing, you won't do nothing." And one of the Warrens turned around and said, "Don't, like, you know,
you're messing
blah,
with
blah,
forces
blah.
you don't know about."
Yeah, and then he hit the glass or something and provoked it even more. 15 minutes later, he left.
On his bike.
And he died.
Yeah, I have heard that one.
Yeah. There's been multiple people that have provoked Annabelle, but you know, is that just a crazy coincidence? Like,
but that's the thing. But you go back through the Annabelle friggin' things. Law.
Yeah.
And some of the bloody things that has been said that has happened around that doll, like people, you know, like old mate on the motorbike, and I'm pretty sure there was an interview where Ed was talking about a police officer.
Yeah.
I don't fear no doll. That can't hurt me or whatever.
Yeah,
and
he
ends up having the feeling of something strangling him or something.
I think something like that, or he's died. Yeah, it was. I do. Yeah.
Like.
Even the house man, like the Warren, like
the
Warren G's, like the house man, it was old brown wooden planks, like it was old school.
It was old school, right?
And you'd think, you know, knowing their reputation and being demonologists and stuff like that, they would have something real nice. But obviously they wanted their house because that's where all their attachments and
that's
belongings were to.
Anyway, as he continues in with the location, he said they used to hoard their haunted items. Right, the night was split into two. Okay, so two groups. First half, we tried to communicate with the residents of the Old Tatton Hall, and the other half was dedicated to the items. This experience happened in the first part of the night. So I'm guessing that the first part was they were trying to communicate with the people, and then the second part was...
I wish he fucking... Sorry for the language. I wish he, you see that?
Yeah.
I swear to God, I see the chat come up or something. I just seen something flash on the screen, but
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just probably your RGB lights.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
You wish he'd done something.
Oh, wish he told us like how old the hall is, or
yeah. Well, Tatton Old Hall.
Tatton. See,
yeah.
I don't have internet, otherwise I'd look it up. But
I'll have a look, man. I'm surprised you're not connected to the Wi-Fi.
Well, connect me. Well, you could read it out. Well, I'll look shit up at that.
Old Hall.
What is it? TP link?
Yeah, I'll get. Oh, so England. Old mate's from England.
So he's from England.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. You know, it's people coming in from all over the world.
That's good to see.
Oh, that was the other subject tonight, guys, too. Well, we remember. So, my mother, God love her, forwarded me a link on Facebook. We will do the whole editing magic, and it'll be up here somewhere, of a Yeti, aka the Australian Bigfoot. Those who don't know, well...
yeah.
You know, a couple of tradies up there arrive early, Central Queensland.
You should probably be able to look it up.
Yeah, it is on Facebook. We'll have the link in the comment in the description below.
But the crazy thing is,
right,
about the boar.
Yeah.
Well, not the boar, the wild pig, whatever it was, wild pig.
Basically, what they stated was they come to work early, a little too early, because they interrupted something, having a big bit of bacon for breakfast.
Yeah, well, it got ripped clean in half.
But
that's the thing.
Yeah.
But it's weird that, like, I don't know what it's like ripping something in half, but I would expect from movies on like Saw and stuff like that, there'd be intestines.
Yeah.
Or something So it makes me think that, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to, that they've done some kind of sick little
Where if they froze the pig or something like that.
Well, they could have either froze the pig and cut it clean in half.
Yeah.
And that would explain why there's no
actual blood or...
There's nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but if someone got ripped... If I was a Bigfoot, big and muscly, and just went bang, just picked up this fucking wild pig, man, that's like 150 kilos or more, or more.
I think boars are a bit small. I think they're about 80.
Still, our size. Yeah. If I pick you up, cunt, I'm not just going to go bang and rip you in half and have no intestines or blood anywhere.
No, the amount of strength required for something
So I'm debunking that right now.
But in saying that too, in the video they also state that they found the drag marks. There's blood. So in the comments of the actual video,
but why
the blood was actually found in the woods. So in the video you will see up here, whenever I get to it, or over there, wherever he's pointing. You start doing some dance moves already. You'll see, this pig's been ripped in half. It's been dragged down the road, and it's soft. And as they're out there, you can see, clear as day, giant footprints, toes, everything. All soft dirt. Anyway, on the same page, what was it? Probably 2 months before, they were out pigging or something, was it?
Yeah, it was
about 2 months beforehand.
Roughly, yeah.
Couple of guys out pigging the same rough area. Dog chases a pig off out the scrub. And when you watch it, I'll put it up here too. Watch in the background. There is a big person running from left to right while the pig's going right to left.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe all these yowie hunters out here in Australia, maybe they're right, But anyway, guys, I've really enjoyed tonight.
Yeah, so have I. It's been really good.
Anyway, I think we're probably going to wrap it up there. What do you reckon, man?
Yeah, that's been how long?
We have been going for an hour and a half. Holy.
No, that's good. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. First episode in.
This is our first ever episode, guys. So
if
things have been rough. Wendy made it really good.
Wendy made it transition.
I reckon she's made the episode. I'm gonna go home and actually probably re-watch this whole thing.
And I will rip this video down, work my editing magic, and you'll see all that other cool shit up here. Somewhere. Or it might even be right here. Between us.
We both do stream games on Twitch. Well, I do.
Transition. Twitch, Kick, YouTube.
He's a confused guy. He hasn't come out the closet. We all know that.
Yeah.
I stream on Twitch, Shifty __ TV.
Yeah. You finally got it out?
No, it was 3 underscores.
Is it?
Yeah, because Shifty _TV got taken.
Ah,
yeah. Motherfuckers. They stole it. That's why you don't change your name.
Yeah.
But anyway, I stream on Twitch. We play Apex, ghost hunting games,
Demonologist, all sorts of different stuff. And
heaps.
If you guys are wondering what this creature is that keeps roaming around the back door, that happens to be my white German Shepherd.
That's
Ghost.
called Ghost.
Yeah, his name's Ghost.
He's a white German Shepherd.
Have a little fat staffy named Buster, so we got Ghostbuster out in the backyard.
Yeah, you're so corny.
Oh, mate,
that's a dad joke.
Ghostbuster. The worst thing is, right, it wasn't intentional. I always wanted a white shepherd or a white husky, call him Ghost like Game of Thrones. And your sister had Buster. And it wasn't until first day going to feed, I'm like, Ghostbuster! And then it hit me.
Ghostbuster, who you gonna call?
So,
Ghostbusters!
I've always had the bit of a running joke going down to the park and yelling out Ghostbuster and seeing what people do.
You are one of a kind.
Anyway, guys, we want to thank you. Anyone who's come in and viewed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, share. Just tell one friend. Just tell one friend about the episode.
All it takes is one.
Just one friend. If you've got a story you wish to share with us, paranormal, creepy,
anything,
extraterrestrial. Look, it doesn't even have to be supernatural or cryptids. Like it could be about something like as bad as it may sound. It could be something fucked up like a stalker or.
I was gonna say it could be any life experience, any creepy life experience, scary life experience.
It could be a brush with death. Like it could. Yeah.
Anything.
Anything
you want, and we'll call ya international. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we've got streaming. We got bloody mobile devices and things like that. We can just video call you or what have you. If that makes it easier. Like Discord or
if you got a
Skype
PC
or Facebook Messenger even.
Anything.
Yeah.
Any kind of video call app.
Yeah.
Preferably maybe Discord.
Yeah,
would probably be easy because we could have you up on screen.
Yeah.
As well, if you're comfortable. If not, then you don't have to. That's
even
fine.
if you're Australian and you don't want to be video called, just send us your number. Send us your number. It can be just as simple as a normal phone call like we done tonight.
And if you say, I don't want my name mentioned, then
yeah, that's it. If you want to remain anonymous, we respect your privacy.
That's right. Yep.
But just know that if you've had experiences out there, you're not alone.
Yeah, everyone's had them. But anyway, thank you so much, and
I'm
peace
Greg.
out.
This is Kyle. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Thank you, lads.
Thank you so much. Peace.